So James just told us what an ordination is and what it means to be ordained, and that part of the service is going to happen in just a minute. We all thought it would be kind of neat if Harold, Leann, and myself all talked to you guys about kind of when we were called by God, or what our passion is in our ministry. I'm going to start. In high school, I went to a conference, a summer CIY conference, and that's when I became a Christian. And soon after, I was volunteered to kind of lead the Wednesday night worship time with the youth group. And from there, I just continued that. I found a real passion for music, for getting to lead and sing and all those things. So I went to Bible college. I went to Johnson University, but I wasn't sure if working at a church full time would necessarily be my deal. I thought maybe I would work and help out at a church on a volunteer basis or something like that. So I pursued my degree in teaching, and that's what I ended up graduating with, is a teaching degree. But my senior year at Johnson, I got hired by a church, and I continued to work at churches throughout college. But my senior year, I got hired by a church, and they took in myself and my wife, and Isabella was a newborn at that time. And when I started working there, I really just felt God calling us to serve in a church as a full-time a worship minister. And so we served there for a couple years. I finished up my degree. It took a couple years, but we served there for a couple years, and then we moved down here, and we've been serving at Crossroads ever since. I'm just passionate about the chance that I have to lead us all as a group and as one body in experiencing and worshiping and proclaiming God's name. And one key part of my story, and Harold and Leann are the same way, is that we weren't necessarily expecting where God would move us, and we weren't expecting to do what we're doing now. And so kind of with that spirit, I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to go knock on their doors and have them answer the same things that I just answered. And they know it's coming, but they don't know when today, so this is going to be fun. Hello, Mr. Harold.
Hello, Brent.
I'm here to ask you a few questions.
I hope I have answers.
Well, I think the church would all like to hear a little bit of your story about ministering here and being a minister in general, and how that all happened.
Okie dokie. Actually, everybody knows I came to the church about 20 years ago. About 5 years ago, when we hired James, my wife decided it'd be a good idea for me to go back to Bible college, and I went back to Bible college with no intention of ever becoming a minister. And some people talk about their call into ministry. Mine was more of a text into ministry. James texted me while I was on vacation. Then I met with him and we talked a little bit, and the elders agreed to hire me here, which I'm extremely grateful for. So James has kind of made me an associate minister and kind of do a little of everything. Primary focus, though, is youth. Youth and college age, and I have some young adult ministry that goes on, and that's about basically it.
Thank you, Mr. Harold. Maybe what are some of your passions in ministry?
Passions in ministry? I would like to be able to bring middle school and high school students into a relationship with Christ. That's an easy thing to say, and it sounds like it's kind of cliche, and everybody kind of says that. But God has surrounded me with a tremendous team of individuals that have helped me to be able to do this. The students get plenty of Bible, they get plenty of teachings of Jesus, but then I also have people in place that are living Jesus, and it's teaching the students that it's okay. It's okay to be a young Christian. It's okay to have that relationship with Christ. That's probably my primary passion. The second passion is obviously this church. I love this place. It's really been good to me and my family over the years. Becoming a minister here was just something that we could kind of give back, so that was a good thing.
All right, thank you, Harold.
You're welcome.
Alright, I'm walking down the hallway to find Miss Leann. Here's a UT floor mat because she likes the Vols. And here's Miss Leann. Hey Leann, we thought it'd be nice if you took a minute and talked about becoming the children's director here at Crossroads, and then maybe sharing some of your passions that you have in children's ministry.
Okay. Well, I didn't really start out my career as looking to be a children's minister. God used some events in my life and in James's life and turned things around for me where I really wanted to work for kids. I knew I really wanted to work with kids, but I was trying to teach music to children in elementary school. But as I was in college and James was working in a finance career, we went to a church that really started letting us be involved in ministry there. And as I continued to work with kids, it just, doors opened for me to work with kids in church. And so that's really what I'm passionate about, is working with kids in church and leading them to relationship with Christ. We have a strategy here at Crossroads that from the nursery through when they leave preschool, we want them to know that God made them, God loves them, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever. And if you walk around the buildings, you'll see this posted in the preschool area, in the nursery area. And by the time they leave 5th grade, they enter kindergarten and leave 5th grade, we want them to know that they need to make wise choices. They can trust God no matter what, and they need to treat others the way they want to be treated. And that's just my passion, is to get families and children together and partner with them so that we know that we're all part of His story, that no matter how imperfect our families are, and they're all imperfect. Jesus didn't have a perfect family either, but we all have a story to tell, and we're all part of His story. So my passion is working with the families to bring the children up with these strategies and knowing that they can trust God no matter what.